Welcome to Nightmare County. I'm your host, Randall M. Gould, and I want to thank you for tuning into this video and giving it a watch, because it's been a long time since my last video, which was in November, I do believe. It has been a long time. A lot has happened. I have moved from the last place that I made the last video from to another area, and it's just been a very hectic couple of months, and it has kept me from making videos. But luckily things have now calmed down and should be a lot better and easier for me to make videos and getting back into things. So on this video, in order to get back into things, I figured I would do another unpackaging or unboxing. I ordered another mystery package from Antiquated Future. They have an Etsy store. They have, like, you can pick what genre of music you want, and they send you 5 cassette tapes. And you pick what genre of music you want. You have no idea what you're going to get, and they send it out to you. And this is basically, I did one of these last year, where I did a new wave and a 80s metal, hair metal unpackaging and everything. This one is yet again new wave, and another package of new wave music. I have became a bigger fan of new wave music compared to when I was a kid. I guess as a kid, it was like, if it wasn't heavy metal or hard rock, I didn't care about it, and I really shunned a lot of music, even though I was mainly raised around a lot of all types of music, and I heard it all the time. I kind of shunned it all, and I guess something happened to me, like, I guess during my late 20s, where I just started listening to all kinds of music. And even though I was listening to it all before, just a lot more heavily. A lot of classic R&B, classical music. I love sea shanties. Of course, always hard rock and heavy metal are always my go-to. But I have grown to love new wave, especially anything from the late 70s and 80s. I've grown to love all types of music, because I just enjoy it. I love listening to a song that takes me back to a certain day or a certain month and a certain year of my youth, of when I was younger, and I can relive that moment for a moment. And I think that's the wonderful thing about music. It is able to transport us back to that time and place. And I'm hoping that when you hear music, that it takes you to a good time, not a bad time, because I know there's music that sometimes takes us to that bad time in our life. But most of the time, a lot of the music I listen to takes me back to a time where I was with my friends, my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents, and I'll probably start doing an unboxing of country music, or just doing talking about music reviews and stuff like that, vinyl releases and stuff like that, and talking about some older music and everything. And I'll probably start doing where I try to introduce a band you might not have really listened to, and that you might find of interest and everything. I listen to just a crap ton of music. My family, movies were always one of my loves, but music was really my first love when I really think about it. Because before I was able to buy VHS tapes, I was buying cassette tapes, saving up my lunch money every day to save up to like $8 to $10 to buy a cassette tape. And that's what I did from 5th grade on up. Well, as I got older, I got a job and was able to buy all kinds of stuff. And I was one of those people who had a giant cassette deck holder, and I had a ton of CDs. I had one vinyl album when I was a kid growing up that was given to me by my grandparents. That was Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard's Poncho and Lefty, which to this day I love that album. I don't care. And a Charlie Daniels. I had a Charlie Daniels album as well. And those were like to me they tiptoed on, even though the Poncho Lefty album was very much a country music album. Charlie Daniels touched on that Southern rock, so I was more adapted to listen to Charlie Daniels than I was anybody else, really. And I love Southern rock, so Charlie Daniels fit that mold pretty well. But even though he did a lot of primarily just country music as well. But so music was always one of my first loves. It still is. I listen to music. My Spotify is insane. I use my Spotify for my travel and everything, but I still collect vinyl, cassettes, and CDs. Not CDs so much for some reason. I've collected, I guess, more cassettes than I have and vinyl than I have anything else. I love to go into a $5 bin or a low budget bin of vinyl releases or cassette tapes and picking up something I might not have listened to growing up, or that might not be that popular with a lot of people, and just giving a listen and just finding something new that I might love. And that's usually what these are. This is why I like these little mystery bags of music that you don't have no idea what you're going to get. And I enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So let's go ahead and get to it and get into this unpackaging. Now I went ahead and cut this earlier because it makes a lot of racket. So with that being said, here we go. And I like this. They always write something on thanking you for buying one of the grab bags and everything. They threw in some wall cards with us, and then hope they're hits with me and everything, which is awesome. It's nice because when you buy stuff from somebody and they kind of start figuring out who you are, and you keep going back to these small little shops, stuff like they have on Etsy, and they get to kind of know you. It's awesome. So I enjoy that. Thank you, Antiquated Future, for this for sending that card and everything. And they always kind of send a man, let's focus kind of hard here. I always kind of like little bookmarks or stickers and stuff like that. And they always like little stamps of cassette tapes on a cassette tape package. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. So, wow. Okay, here we. I believe they're going to end up sending me every Culture Club album or Boy George album that's ever been released there in the '80s, because here we go again with yet another one. And I'm seriously not the biggest Culture Club fan or Boy George fan, but I will always give it a listen. And there are a few songs that I do enjoy and everything, but with everything that they send me, I will listen to everything. So I will definitely give this a listen. I'm not being a biggest fan of Boy George. I don't know a whole lot about it, so I can't really say anything. So I will definitely give it a listen, and we'll see what happens. So we got. I can't even read the Martyr Martinez is the name of this album. Oh, the Martyr Mantras. My bad. I don't know why I said Martinez. That would be another good album name, though. So the Martyr Mantras. Definitely give us a listen. We'll see what happens. Next up, we have Squeeze singles. To me, I know this band. I think they sing. I like the lyrically. They're one of my favorite. As I started listening to new wave music and everything, they became one of my favorite bands lyrically, and they always have something good and everything. And I've listened to this I don't know how many times. This album is singles 45s and under. I've listened to this on a lot of stuff off of Spotify, and so I'm looking forward to listening to this. I mean, I already listened to them, but this is another just album to add to my collection. And they have a lot of great songs, like "If I Didn't Love You." Great. I mean, this has got a bunch of good stuff on it. I'm definitely gonna play this one without using. I try to, even though I play stuff off of Spotify, I guess I like to listen to these cassette tapes or CDs and everything. So I will definitely be listening to this and everything. But I look forward to playing this. Thank you. All right, next up we got a soundtrack, music to a soundtrack and everything. And this is Some Kind of Wonderful, one of my favorite John Hughes films, which was a remake basically of Pretty in Pink. So it is Pretty in Pink. It's Pretty in Pink. It's Pretty in Pink. Yeah, it was basically a remake of Pretty in Pink that John Hughes preferred. And even though I like Pretty in Pink, I like Some Kind of Wonderful a whole lot. I'm actually a big John Hughes fan, so that might be shocking to some people, especially with how much I love horror movies and kung fu flicks and stuff like that. But I love the 80s. These films movies like Some Kind of Wonderful hold a special place for me because I had a babysitter who when we would rent movies, and I kind of just had to watch whatever. When you're a kid, you basically have to watch whatever the adults or the teenagers want you to watch. And I got to watch a lot of John Hughes. I'm a big fan of Breakfast Club, Some Kind of Wonderful, of course Home Alone, and many more. I'm probably not as big as fans like their first 16 Candles are Pretty in Pink, but I still think there's some stuff in them that are pretty good and funny. But like Some Kind of Wonderful and Breakfast Club to me are just I love those flicks. But this is good. This is a good soundtrack actually, so I'm looking forward to. And I'm not gonna lie, the lighting in here sucks, so I can't really see what's on the albums and everything. But I can't. But look forward to listening to this. Like I said, this setup's fairly new, and I am going to be changing it up and making it better with the lighting and everything, because I need a lighting coming down more so than beaming straight in my face. And because with the way that my glasses are, it causes a hell of a glare. But it doesn't help with stigmatism either, because they're like shining stars with beams of light shooting all over the place. So if you have stigmatism, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yes, Some Kind of Wonderful. Great movie. If you've never seen it, actually, I would say it's worth a watch. It's got, what is it, Elias Cotes? I always say his name wrong, man. And y'all can correct me and everything, but, from Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles. He's in it. I think he plays a bully you'd want to hang out with who kind of ends up helping the main person. I think this is that. No, wait. No, that's not this movie, is it? It's not. That's gonna. Anyways, I'll come back and correct that in the next video, because it's gonna drive it. Because I'm getting a lot of these 80s romance flicks kind of mixed up and everything, coming of age teenage flicks mixed up. It's either this one or it's the. I think it is this one. It's definitely not the. Yeah, I think it is this one. He's in this one. Yeah. So yeah, it's this. It's this one. Sorry. I'm real bad about start thinking about something. If I start thinking I'm wrong or second guess myself, I end up doing this. But anyways, yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful, great movie, very fun, and it's awesome. It has this is a great cast as well, so I would definitely say check that out. And I can't wait to listen to the soundtrack. So thank y'all. And next up we have Boingo, Oingo Boingo. And this album is Boingo. So, man, I am going to get slaughtered for saying that incorrectly. But yes, very fun band. Danny Elfman, of course, everybody knows who he is. Basically, he's done the soundtrack for every Tim Burton film, pretty much. Batman, put him on the map and everything. I think more than anything. Because he ended up doing like soundtracks for all kinds of superhero flicks. He did the soundtrack for Dick Tracy. He also did the soundtrack for the Flash TV series, and of course he'd go on and do soundtracks for almost everybody else. But he had an 80s new wave band that were actually a lot of fun. And I'll be honest with you, other than a few of their hits, I never listened to a full album of theirs. So I'm actually looking forward to actually giving this one a try, because like I said, I have never really listened to them or anything. So this is something I look forward to getting into. Yeah, I don't know any of the songs on this one, so I know New Generation. I know that one, so we'll get into this. I look forward to it's a brand new album for me, so I always look forward to that. And I'll probably start listening to them a little bit more, just give them more of a play throughout my playlist and everything. And the last one, but not least, is The Secret Policeman's Third Ball, the music. I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of this before. This is just a compilation. It's a compilation album. So let me show you. It's the Secret Policeman's Third Ball, the music. and it's got great bands like Kate Bush, Duran Duran, Lou Reed, Peter Gabriel, Mark Erasure, Jackson Brown, Bob Geldof, Nick Kershaw. Oh, Nick Kershaw, pretty good. David Gilmour, Chet Atkins, and Joan Armatrading. I'm going to have to give this a listen because I've listened to most of these bands. I've never heard of this before. So, or this compilation album before. But, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Yeah, it's got Kate Bush, Run Up That Hill, Duran Duran, Save a Prayer, Lou Reed. Awesome. Jackson Brown, but. And Wouldn't It Be Good by Nick Kershaw? I know that would be that. If it's Nick Kershaw, if you ever heard of him, Wouldn't It Be Good is his biggest hit in my opinion, and most people would say that as well. So I look forward to listening to this and finding out what. Such a weird name for a compilation album. So I'm hoping that it's some kind of show or movie. We'll find out, and I'll probably be proven wrong. In the next video, I'll talk about it. But The Secret Policeman's Third Ball. We'll find out what that is. But yeah, so just to recap, we got The Secret Policeman's Third Ball compilation now with a whole bunch of great artists. Oingo Boingo with Boingo. Squeeze. My bad. I'm sorry. You probably can't see Squeeze. Singles. 45s and under. Some Kind of Wonderful soundtrack, which is a great movie and going to be a great soundtrack. And Boy George. I've already forgot the Martyr Mantras. 5 albums I'm looking forward to getting into. Some of them I've already have, but some I haven't. I don't want to thank Antiquated Future for sending me another fun grab bag, as they always do. Like I said, I love collecting this stuff. It's fun. Getting new music that I haven't quite listened to yet, even through my 24-hour. I got a 72-hour long playlist of 80s music that's got everything from new wave to hard rock and everything, so on and so forth. So, sorry, something just caught my eye for a moment. But that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and like this video, and comment below, as it helps with the traffic for this and everything. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook under Nightmare County. I'll get back to making these videos. This is kind of like a warming up starter video. The background will kind of change a little bit more as well. Try to make it better. Because the lighting is really bad for me right now. But I want to put something up. I wanted to get a new video out. We're coming up on March, and like I said, it's been way too long since my last video, so we'll get back into it and doing a lot more. And a little funny story I just want to say. One of the first metal band or hair metal bands that I ever heard growing up was with my uncle, and it was this band right here, Poison. I'll never forget hearing that cassette tape played in his Silverado, which I thought was just the most badass truck that I'd ever seen in my life. And when I think about it, it still is, because it was nice. But and my next video, I'm probably going to talk about something that I haven't seen too many people talk about, but it's going to be about kids movies and why we don't see any kids movies like we used to. Which is, I was sitting there thinking one day, you got Mighty Ducks, you got Little Giants, you got all these kids flicks that I grew up with, and even like during the late 70s and 80s, you had kids flicks like Bad News Bears and so on and so forth. But you don't hardly see these kind of movies get made anymore, and that's what my next video is going to be about. So tune into that one. I've done some research on it, and some of them I've been talking about. I think you might like it. But that being said, comment below, comment on social media, because if you want to talk about any of this 80s new wave music, I would love to talk with you as well. So that being said, don't be a stranger. Tune in. Thanks.